In November 2021, Japan International Cooperation Agency (JICA) and Department of Social Services (DSS) jointly launched a technical cooperation project titled Project for Promoting Employment Support of Persons with Disabilities (ESPD). The purpose of this 4-year project is to establish a sustainable and practical employment support system for job seekers with disabilities. ESPD launched a new public service called Linkage Creation Program, which is delivered by social service officers and human resource development officers. Social service officer Ms. VKA Ira Nilanthi is speaking in front of the bakery.
The Linkage Creation Program aims to support persons with disabilities to get a job. During that time, the ESPD projects at a target to provide employment support for persons with disabilities.
Human Resource Development Officer Ms. WGW Chaturani.
The social service officer and myself helped some job seekers with disabilities to get jobs. So, it is not a difficult task. You also can do it.
A drone shot. A truck enters B's Bakery, surrounded by palm trees. Name of the company is also shown. Inside the bakery, more than 1,000 pieces of bread are stacked on tall racks. Owner of B's Bakers, Mr. Dilanka Bandara, is speaking in front of a bakery truck.
I am the owner of B's Bakers. I started the business in 2006. At the moment, around 70 workers are working with me.
Inside of the bakery, Mr. Tusit checks the machine. Some employees fill bags and pouch them with the machine. Ms. Ira Nilanthi.
I identified that Ajanta, Shamal and Taranga were potential job seekers.
Mr. Dilanka.
When I had a problem with lack of human resources, I discussed with the Divisional Secretariat and Mrs. Ira about recruiting persons with disabilities to the company. Since there are a lot of job seekers with disabilities, I thought of recruiting some of them, even though it takes some time to train them for the duties. I recruited a few of them because I thought they can work.
Inside of the bakery, Mr. Tusit is putting flour into the machine. Mr. Shamal is putting bread into the oven. Mr. A.A. Ajanta, worker who got job through Linkage Creations Program.
I was really happy when the company offered me the job.
Mr. K.A. Tusit Taranga, worker who got job through Linkage Creations Program.
I was happy as I got the job.
Mr. P.H. Shamal Ranga, who got job through Linkage Creations Program.
I felt the owner is a good person, so I joined the company.
Inside of the bakery, workers with disabilities are smiling and packing bread with other employees. Mr. Dilanka.
Compared to the other workers, they perform duties well because they learn through observing their colleagues. They can bear responsibilities while working carefully with machines. I am very happy to employ them.
Inside of the bakery, Mr. Tusit arranges the bread in a wrap. Mr. Dilanka and Mr. Ajanta are smiling and talking. Including workers with disabilities, the employees are smiling and having tea during the tea break. Mr. A.A. Ajanta.
I spent the first salary to buy food for my family.
Mr. P.H. Shamal Ranga.
I bought a motorbike by financing and I made a monthly payment for it.
Mr. K.A. Tusit Taranga.
I bought food that I need.
Manager of B's Bakers, Mr. Madhushankar Ratnayaka, is speaking at the stop.
We have assigned them specific duties. But if we assign them different duties according to the company's requirements, they are ready to work at different sections.
Mr. Shamal is riding the motorbike through a suburb area. Mr. Ajanta's father, Mr. A. Aryaratna, is speaking in front of his house.
I accompany my son to the company at 6:30 every morning and evening by bicycle. I always help him because it is difficult for him to walk. I met with an accident 2 years ago. Due to that, I cannot work and earn. So, my son spends his salary to buy groceries, food, and goods for family needs.
Mr. Shamal is crossing a small wooden bridge by motorbike to go home. Mr. Shamal's father, Mr. Nihal Rohana, in front of his house.
Shamal's mother passed away and he lives with his brother and myself. Son brings the things we need at home. If he didn't work and stayed at home, he wouldn't earn anything. I'm glad about my son.
Mr. Dilanka.
They are good human resources for the country. They have no problems and no absences. It will take some time to train them. Later, they will perform well. I would like to request other companies to treat them on an equal basis without any discrimination.
Mr. A. Ajanta.
My future plan is to look after my mother and father.
Mr. P. H. Shamal Ranga.
My mother has passed away. I live with my father and brother. My elder sister is married. My ambition is to finish the construction of the house and look after my father.
Mr. K. A. Tusit Taranga.
My house is unfinished and I need to complete it.
Miss W. G. W. Chaturani.
Please try to help job seekers with disabilities to get jobs in your divisions. I request you to identify companies and potential job seekers and offer employment support for them.
Close-ups of the smiling faces of the workers with disabilities. More than 130 job seekers with disabilities have got a job, and 105 companies and organizations have accepted those workers through the Linkage Creation Program. If you are interested in the services, please visit social service officers and human resource development officers at your divisional secretariat office.